You know, life can throw some haymakers your way. It can knock you down, make you question everything, make you want to tap out. We've all been there. But it's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you find the will to get back up. Hard times don't break you, they build you. Every successful person you admire has gone through pain, failure, and moments where they almost gave up. But they didn't, and neither should you. The greatest stories ever told are about overcoming the odds, about pushing through the pain and coming out stronger on the other side. This is how you overcome anything. Listen up, because this is important. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone on the path to it. It's part of the journey. If you feel like you're failing, you're in good company. Did you know that Steve Jobs was fired from his own company? That J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers? That Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team? These are icons, legends in their own right, and they faced rejection head-on. They could have quit. They could have listened to the doubters and walked away, but they didn't. They dug deep, they learned from their setbacks, and they came back stronger. They used that fire in their belly to fuel their success. Failure isn't the end, it's a lesson. It's a chance to look in the mirror, adjust your game plan, and come back swinging harder. It's about turning those scars into wisdom. The question is, will you learn from it or let it define you? Will you let it break you, or will you use it to build yourself up? Remember this, the comeback is always stronger than the setback. Let's talk about pain for a second. Not the physical kind, but the kind that digs deep, the kind that tests your limits. Pain is part of life. It's unavoidable. But here's the thing, the people who grow the most, the ones who achieve greatness, are the ones who refuse to run from it. Oprah Winfrey was born into extreme poverty and abused as a child. She could have easily given in to despair, but she chose to fight. Tom Brady was the 199th pick in the NFL draft, the 199th. He was never expected to succeed. Now look at them. Icons, inspirations. Why? Because they didn't let pain define them. They used it as fuel. Look, pain is temporary. It may last a minute, an hour, a day, even a year, but eventually it subsides. But the strength it gives you, the resilience you build, that lasts forever. Embrace the struggle, embrace the grind, because it's in those moments of intense pressure that you find out what you're truly made of. Here's a truth that will set you free. You can't control everything. You can't control the economy, the weather, what other people say or do. You can't control the past. It's done, it's history. Dwelling on it won't change a thing. But here's what you can control, your response. You control your attitude, your effort, your actions. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who endured unimaginable suffering, said it best. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing. The last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Let that sink in. Even in the darkest of times, you have the power to choose your attitude. You have the power to choose hope over despair, action over inaction. That's a power that no one can take from you. So stop wasting energy on things you can't change. Stop dwelling on the negative. Focus on what you can control, your mindset, your work ethic, your reactions. That's where your true power lies. We all have big dreams, right? Goals we want to crush, mountains we want to climb. But here's the thing about success. It's not about giant leaps or overnight transformations. It's about the daily grind. It's about those small, consistent actions you take day in and day out that add up to something extraordinary. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the hardest worker in the room, wakes up at 4 a.m. every day to train. Not because it's easy, but because he's driven. Elon Musk, a visionary changing the world, spent years sleeping in his office building Tesla. Kobe Bryant, a legend on the court, was famous for taking 1,000 shots per day. They didn't just wish for success. They didn't wait for motivation to strike. They were disciplined. They put in the work day after day, even when they didn't feel like it. You don't need some magical burst of motivation. You need discipline. You need to show up, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when you're tempted to hit that snooze button. So ask yourself, What's one small step you can take today to get closer to your goals? Then do it. And then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build a legacy. Listen, every single person who made it, who achieved their dreams, who overcame obstacles to become a success story, they all felt lost at some point. They all doubted themselves. They all felt like giving up. The difference? They didn't. They kept going. Your hard times, your setbacks, your failures, they are not the end of your story. They are just a chapter. They are a test of your character, a chance to dig deep and find that inner strength you never knew you had. Remember this. The pain you feel today will be the strength you rely on tomorrow. It's forging you, shaping you, preparing you for the incredible journey ahead. Your story isn't over yet. It's just getting started. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. And you have the power to overcome anything life throws your way. So keep your head up, keep your heart strong, and keep moving forward. The world is waiting to see what you're capable of. If you're going through hard times, just remember, the most powerful stories come from those who refuse to give up. If this video helped you, comment "I won't quit" below. And remember, your story isn't over yet.